Georgia won in Auburn last Saturday to clinch the SEC East Division crown, but the Bulldogs still have work to do this weekend when Texas A&M comes to Athens. This will be a tough opponent, even though A&M is a three-loss team. Jimbo Fisher is a very good and well-paid coach, and his Aggies seem to be getting better. They have reestablished the running game, something that was an issue earlier this season. But the Texas A&M offense will go up against what is becoming one of the best defenses in the country. Georgia's defense continues to dominate, and even with Auburn scoring 14 points in the fourth quarter last weekend, we know that game could have easily been Georgia's fourth shutout of the season. They dominated Auburn for most of the game, particularly up front. Georgia got a little conservative and backed off man coverage after they went up by 3 touchdowns, and that allowed Auburn to creep back in the game. If Georgia is to beat LSU in a few weeks for the SEC championship or even do something special in the Final Four, the defense will be the reason. This group is really good, and unlike 2 years ago when Roquan Smith from Macon County was the star, this is just a very good unit 1 through 22. It's not just 1 through 11, but 1 through 22. This is a 2-deep defense, and that depth is what gave them the advantage over Auburn and Florida, and it can still be the difference for this team moving forward. A&M does have talent, but again we ask, from 1 to 85, is Texas A&M a better roster than Georgia's? Now, not all better rosters win football games, and we know that from what happened when the Gamecocks beat the Bulldogs last month. But in the SEC, you do know that depth is always an issue. Teams that are deep like Georgia can wear down an opponent. Texas A&M may be able to hang with Georgia for a while, but in the end, the better roster should win. Georgia cannot take A&M for granted. They can't afford to mess this up now. So they have to play this game like the East is still up for grabs and not have one of those no-show games like they had so often in the Mark Richt era. They'll kill Georgia Tech next week to prepare for the LSU game, but the Bulldogs must take A&M seriously. They've just got to continue to play good football like they have since the South Carolina loss, and they'll be fine. And if the defense shuts down A&M this weekend, everyone who might be in Georgia's way will take notice. This defense is special, and it could make Georgia a champion.